Let me give you a very brief introduction of what GrantForward is. I like this brief video, about 2 minutes.
GrantForward is breaking the standard of funding opportunity databases by offering the only grant service built by academics for researchers. By taking the editorial expertise from the University of Illinois' IRIS service and integrating enhanced data harvesting technology, GrantForward has created the fastest growing funding opportunity database on the market. Whether you're searching for yourself or for members within your institution, let GrantForward help you move forward with your research. With a database of over $50 billion worth of funding opportunities, GrantForward makes it easy for you to find grants that match your research needs. Our search algorithm and adaptive search filters prevent you from wasting time sifting through grants that aren't relevant to your research. Personalized profiles also simplify the grant search process by recommending specific opportunities based on a researcher's interests and previous publications. With these profiles, you can connect and share with other users, find researchers with similar interests, and even collaborate with them on joint projects. While other grant search services aggregate grants from around the world that don't apply to the U.S., GrantForward focuses specifically on national grants to bring more opportunities to you. Thanks to our data crawling technology, we are able to provide over 40% more U.S. opportunities and over 85% more U.S. sponsors than similar services. We even have pages for each of our sponsors so you can pinpoint the sources that work best for you. By having our search algorithm collect and organize grants from various funding sources, we are able to focus on detailed grant editing to ensure fast, accurate information. It's also why GrantForward is able to offer affordable pricing for our services, especially when compared to other funding opportunity databases, making it easy for anyone to move their research forward. Are you ready to start moving forward? Try us and see for yourself at grantforward.com.
Okay, so let me summarize. So there are 3 points that we'd like to emphasize about GrantForward. Number one, it's built by academics. In fact, it's a spin-off from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, where I'm speaking from today. So we are always listening to academic professors, researchers to meet your needs and requirements. Number two, we focus on grants that are eligible for U.S. institutions, and we use automatic technology to crawl or collect grant data and sponsors from all over the internet, and therefore we are the most comprehensive. And of course, if you see we miss any grants, any of your favorite sponsors, because we don't think we are perfect, we'll be very happy to improve and just let us know about the sources that we are missing. And number three, which is very relevant to today's topic, GrantForward is not only a search engine, but also a recommendation service. It recommends you grants based on your researcher profile, which is our topic today about how to create a good profile. Okay, so let's get started. Before we get into the topic, I want to show you that at the GrantForward, there are a lot of supporting materials, including the short videos that introduce specific question topics and other materials. You can see our rich archive of the materials by coming to GrantForward. Click on the support tab. There are 4 tabs at the top. Okay, click on the support tab, come to support home. Here you will see 4 categories. Getting started, these are documents such as the welcome guide, which I attach in the email that I sent to you before the webinar. Okay, including quick answers. These are either short text or 1-minute video that answer a quick question such as what to do if I forget my password. Tutorials, these are longer videos, 5 minutes, that address a specific focus topic such as how to perform search. A webinar is an archive of recorded webinars, which you can find on various topics that we hold every month, such as today's webinar. Okay, so be sure that you know about this source that you can consult for help. And after this webinar, we will also post our recording here, so you can point to your colleagues if they want to review, want to watch this video. Okay, so let's get started. I assume that you already have an account at GrantForward. Okay, I have already logged in. So at GrantForward, in order to receive personalized service such as recommendation, save the search, bookmarks, you need to have an account. And signing up an account is a very easy 1-minute process. I'm not going to repeat here. You can see our support page if you do not know how to do that. So after creating an account, now I have signed in. Okay. So now let's focus on the notion of a profile. Let me first show you what is a profile. So let me open the profile of this account. So I click on my profile under the profile tab. So this is the profile that has been created for this researcher at this account. So you see, this looks like very much like a researcher's homepage. It shows the name, okay, a picture, and the basic information such as title, department, institution, email, the education, a quick summary of research interests such as artificial intelligence, big data, informatics, okay. We will see more. Click on this. You will see this. People call this keyword cloud of research interest. These are keywords or key phrases that are supposed to describe this researcher's research activity or his research interest. And this is actually a view of a timeline. Currently, we are at 2016, and you see the keywords such as big data, relational entity, database. If you scroll on this, let's go back to 2009. You see the keywords are slightly different. Okay, if you scroll all the way back to 1997, this might be the year that this researcher started publishing. You see quite different keywords such as digital libraries. So these are actually the very important part, the essence of a researcher profile. This describes your research interest, and this is also the set of keywords or key phrases that the system will use to generate the recommendation. And how are these research interests, these keywords, generated? Well, they are not entered by you one by one. You can do that, but we do not really recommend. And the point of creating a researcher profile is precisely because there are so many keywords that you can use to search for grants, but we often do not remember all of them. That's why we want to create this profile. And therefore, in the profile creation, the keywords actually are automatically extracted or derived from the publications. And here you see there below the keyword interest, you see the list of publications. Indeed, it's from 1997, 96 to 2016. Okay, and for each publication, it shows where it was found. Say, found on publication page. Click on this. It takes you to the source where the publication was extracted. We will show you later on how this information is entered into the system. At the right side, there are other things such as search for all the profiles. You can search your colleagues, the colleagues of this researcher, which means from the same institutions. The co-author, if there are any that are also having researcher profile in the system. The related profiles that people view together, and the recommended grants. So these are additional components of the researcher profile, which you can actually turn on and off. You will see how to do that. Okay, so this profile has an easy to remember URL, www.grantforward.com, kevinchen.5. Okay, so you can, if you set your profile as public, this page will be public on the internet, and even Google crawler search engine can index that. Of course, you can turn it also into private, so that only people within your institution will be able to view that. Okay, let's see. Let me use the view profile to see all the profiles in our database. So I click on the view profiles here. Okay, so I have a question from the chat window. Will past publications keywords on profile be used for recommended grants? Yes. So we actually, in the profile creation process, as I will show very soon, we ask you to enter sources such as your CV or web page that we can use to pull your publications into our system. From there, we derive keywords, and these keywords will be used to recommend grants to you. And the point is that your past research activities, as represented by your publication, often is a very good indication of what you are interested in. Okay, therefore we take that as our basis. So now I'm at the viewing profile here. So you can view all profiles with your same institution. So these are all people at University of Illinois. Or I can click on across all institutions. So these are profiles from people that are in different institutions if they have set their profile status as public. So for instance, let me open this profile. So this is a researcher at Arizona College. Okay, you see the similar idea of the basic information, the keywords, publications, and the other similar information there. Okay, so this is a researcher profile page. The purpose of creating this profile are twofold. Number one, you want to get grant recommendation. Number two, it's a good way to connect with your colleagues or collaborators. Okay, that's why you want to keep your profile information to be really up to date and also to be relevant to your research. So now let me first show you how do I get recommendation based on my profile. Okay, so let me come to recommendation. So I'm coming to the recommendation page. Oh, I should log in here. Okay, so I come to the recommendation page by click on recommendation under search. Okay, you see, this is a page that looks a little bit like the profile page I just showed you with the picture, the basic info, and I click on this view all interest, you will see the same keyword cloud that is expanded here. Let me close this. These are the keywords that are actually used to match grants and recommend to you. Let me close this. So these are the list of grants that are relevant to my research as judged from the keywords. They are derived from my publications or from my other ways of entering them. And the keywords are highlighted such as artificial intelligence, data mining, big data, informatics, social networks. If you recall, these are all keywords that show up in the researcher's keyword cloud here, okay, such as artificial intelligence, big data. You can further tailor your recommendation by specifying additional filters such as sponsor source, the deadline range, and so on. And this is a topic that we will be discussing in the next webinar in June. Okay. So yes, this is the first purpose and perhaps the most important purpose of creating your profile because you want to get recommendations. So now let's see how do I actually create this profile. It's a pretty simple process. Let me go to the profile tab. I click on create profile. Okay, you can create a profile for other users. You can create a profile for yourself. And now I already have a profile, so it says it has been built. Let me go through the profile editing process, which is identical to the creation process, except the values, the information is already entered, so that I don't have to do all that online now. Okay, so creating profile is a very simple three-step process. 1, 2, 3. The first step is basic info. The second step is research interest. And the third step is extra info. Okay, so in the first step, I enter the email address. I enter the name. So actually the email address is already preset because this is your account. And then the name, the title, the department. We are done the first step. We are 1/3 done. The second step, research interest. This is the most important because this is where the keywords will come in. But it's also pretty easy to handle. So there are 3 ways to enter the source of your interest, which actually means your publication. You can specify a publication web page. You can upload a CV, or you can manually copy and paste. Okay. So our assumption is that most people already have their information compiled either online in a web page or in a faculty directory or in their own CV. So we do not want the users to repeat that entry. We want them to simply be able to tell us where to find information. So there are many ways. Okay, let me show you this example here. So for this researcher, this is his homepage. Most people have such a page online, and they often include something called the publications. So I click on this. This is simply a list of his publications. So I can use this URL. I tell GrantForward that you can find publication here, and GrantForward recognize this is a personal homepage. Okay, this is one way of doing that. Or you may have a page at other service such as Google Scholar. GrantForward can read this as well. So I enter this. It says this is a Google Scholar page. You can similarly use the URL from PubMed, medical science literature database, or ResearchGate, online academic network, or ORCID. Okay, this is an ORCID page. ORCID is a new standard for researchers to create a unique ID and also store, display their scholarly work. And again, we can read from this. And if you find any other source that you would like us to support that, we can quickly add it. Simply let us know. Okay, so this is the first way. I am specifying a URL. The second way is I can upload a curriculum with a CV file or user resume, which of course should contain publication. So let me show you the example one here. See. Okay, so this is a CV file. Okay, so here, this is a CV of a researcher, and somewhere in the CV there is a section called the publication. If you have such a document, yes, you can upload it. Simply choose the file. Okay, choose the file here, CV. Okay, and then click on open and upload it. Then you get it. Okay. The third way, okay, is manually copy and paste.